What's going on in the big old world today, people? I'm going to bring you the latest and greatest like I always do. And welcome to the Jamie Hicks Show. And today on the chopping block, we got the city meeting, November 25th, 2024. And you're going to see a tyrant mayor once again. And it gets really good because Mayor Grove is lying to the people. He's attacking aldermen because it's not what he wants. It's not on his agenda. It doesn't fit his forte. So, people, hang on to this good show because I'm narrating through the whole damn thing. So, hang on. Let's get into it.
I'd like to begin the meeting as always with the open comment section. Again, me personally, this is your time to give out any thoughts, concerns, ideas, suggestions. I will not take the opportunity to interrupt you or answer at this time. Hopefully, throughout the meeting, we get a chance to potentially answer some of those questions.
Okay, people, you know I got to comment on this. This is interesting because the mayor just started answering questions when the meetings went live on YouTube. After a year and a half of us citizens fighting to get this to go live on YouTube like other cities, this is what we got. We went from a deer in headlights over here to not answering no questions to answering our questions at the end of the meeting or throughout the meeting, not while you're standing at the podium so you can rebut or ask more questions. These are tactics, people, of a tyrant. If you can't see it, you're going to see even more because the lies get real deep up in here. They get real deep.
Dawn Hicks. Now that we have a new building inspector, what's the current situation on the Maytag building and the Kaskaskia? I noticed recently that the Kaskaskia still doesn't look like anything's been touched or developed. Is CLE ever going to be held responsible for their buildings? If the City of LaSalle ends up in the hole again at the end of Celebration of Lights, what is going to change? Because taxpayers here shouldn't continually be stuck footing the bill. Has there been an uptick in local businesses during the Celebration of Lights? Mayor Grove, I know you said that was one of the hopes, is to bring in more customers for downtown LaSalle. Has there been evidence financially that that's happening? And if not, what do we need to do to make that happen? Because if we're continually in the hole and we're not helping our local businesses, then something needs to change. We need to do something about that. No, that's it. Thank you.
Don, I can answer one question for you.
Thank you.
The only business that I know of is what I read in the paper. I think it was 2 years ago. Jackie from Casey's said that she noticed.
You got to give it up to
increase
Dawn
during
Hicks. She had a
time.
lot of valid
That's
points.
the only one to mine.
Because as we all know,
Thank
we
you.
have been taking a loss at
Anyone
the
else?
celebration of lights. And don't worry, we're going to get into what his comments are going to be on this situation. And he's going to tell you that you're the taxpayer. And you know what? Because you live in LaSalle, it's your obligation that we should donate 70-some thousand dollars to the Christmas tree of lights. But here's the deal, people. It's all lies. It's all lies. And we're going to get right into this shit.
No need for executive session tonight. Gentlemen, there's something you guys think of? I do want to clarify one thing that was brought up in public comment. So the council was very generous 2 years ago to donate or basically authorize $70,000 in city payroll. And that would be considering how I consider it the taxpayers contributing to the celebration of lights. So I guess
Alderman Crane mentioned that the Finance Committee came up with a current solution regarding the celebration of lights. The committee decided to put a city workers' labor cap at $50,000 and forgive the $50,000 per year that was originally discussed in regard to using the public utility building for storage. Chairman Tack discussed possibly establishing an annual maintenance fee for each display. Public utility building for storage. Chairman Tack discussed possibly establishing an annual maintenance fee for each display.
we're always going to be in the negative on that part of it because just so everybody knows, we have all union members in our public works, fire department, police department. So we might not have any work. It might be a rain out day, but I can't tell Jeff Grove to go home. He's going to get his 8 hours for the contract. It doesn't matter what he's doing, he's gonna get paid. So the thought.
So he's saying as if it rains, he can't send his workers home. So he'd rather they work on what's important to him. Interesting, when we never see city workers doing anything but the celebration of lights from September on.
Process is we're using this money. $70,000 was allocated, and I definitely appreciate the council for doing that. In part was there also said the celebration lights wouldn't have to pay for initially part of that new public works building, which we kind of put as an option. But when I say we're not going to be totally break even on that, I mean the taxpayer portion, which is the payroll, because I need like Mike Burton and some of your guys who are specialized in that, who are basically directing the third party that's doing it. So we technically are in John.
Mike Girton works for the water department. He pays this man foreman's pay plus a stipend under the table. Fact, to put Christmas lights up. What he is not thinking of is when he retires, who is going to take it over. Just like our water issues. Maine people retired, and he never plans to replace before they leave, and we pay for it. So don't be fooled by lies.
We had the information for next time. We're making money now. Now, again, to Jordan Crane's point before, we put some infrastructure in with power and stuff. So that stuff, again, probably more than we probably need in that part. Obviously, we're using more now with the stuff we get out there. But initially, it was put out there as a deficit to the celebration lights. But right now, year to year, since you guys granted the $70,000 in city payroll, we're going to be, again, it was $27,000.
So I'm going to give you a little lesson here, because unless I'm seeing or reading something wrong, it says down in that corner, February 6, 2023. And it says at the top, it's concerned about a $76,412 price tag on the celebration of lights on the taxpayers. Now he's trying to tell you it's only $27,000 and it's going to be a lot better this year. These are total lies, people. Total lies.
Last year, according to John Duncan, and it's going to be significantly less this year. But again, we're never going to be totally in the black on that, because I need to get Mike Gurton. I need some of those folks who, when it's time to do the nitty gritty stuff, what needs to be done, they need to be the ones still directing the show. So I guess I apologize for any miscommunication on that. But the event itself is, right now, we're getting enough donations to cover our third party. And if you guys changed it where you said, hey, we want you to pay, Celebration Lights to pay the city portion, the city portion could be paid by that. So just make sure that's clarified. It's not, we're not losing money on it. And just, I guess, I can get some businesses to come in word of mouth. I know you mentioned Casey's. They do good with gas. They do good with coffee. They do good with snacks, hot chocolate. But I also know some restaurants downtown that said from people, just personal testimonies. I don't know if they could put a dollar amount on it, but I could get those for you and have that come. We've had that done before. So.
Okay, so this is what Grove does, people. He uses these tactics. He's going to try to make himself shine like a diamond because it's coming up for election time next year. And he's doing everything possible to show that he is for the community, he is for the residents. But where's he been all this time, people? Where's he been? He needs Mike Gurton. He needs these people in place. And I'm telling you something right now, people, they are not giving you the total numbers on the losses of what they're putting into this park for the celebration of lights. Facts, people, facts. Can't make it up.
Life, community pride, and it's our signature event that we become known for.
And right now
Crew
there's
uses
51 days out there that some people get some extra advertising as well. We don't know if that's going to help them get calls, but also family members have memorials out there. It's just a nice event. So I know on record there's probably a couple aldermen, who in the past, maybe we'll need to talk about that after the final numbers come in to see where they are on the record with that, because I'd love to see exactly who's still like, hey, pull the plug. That was one time said on the council floor in the tape, pull the plug on it. And or if, hey, people are like, hey, now I'm a little more comfortable with it since we're doing it where it's not just the city people doing it. And just for the record, our city people aren't upset not doing it. They'd rather not do it. They'd rather do their regular jobs. So I think it's a win-win. Right? Huh?
This is Grove selling what he does under the nose of the residents. Why would you do it if there is a loss? Who is getting more business and how much? Last year he said that no businesses were open at night. What businesses do we have? Uptown Bar and Grill? Keep worrying about the wrong people, while we pay without being asked. The park and the celebration of lights have been a money pit for the city taxpayers. Wonder who counts them buckets of money? While we neglect the city's important issues like the real work they are to be doing.
Yes.
I just like that answer, Dawn. I don't know why they stopped on First Street. They were going real good, you know, at the Maytag building.
Oh.
You know, they were doing real good there for a while, and so I'll call the building inspector tomorrow. Now on the hotel, their plans were like $32 million. Well, now with all the building supplies went up, so now it'll probably be about 50 million. So if they didn't do it at 30 million, I wouldn't hold my breath that they're gonna do it at 50 million.
And it's real easy to be a naysayer out there in the crowd to even say about that. We understand we've been on Carison's behind to get things straightened out. We've spent thousands of dollars in legal fees to go against these people. We're glad that you're really a concerned citizen, but we watch this money and we take care of this. And Mitch McFederin's been working his butt off going against these people in these dilapidated places and this hotel.
Alderman Boo, 4th Ward. This man has a lot of nerve talking about dilapidated buildings. The city just bought and paid to have his family home knocked down because of not paying his taxes. He needs to be voted out. We HAVNT even talked about the ordinances he helped put in place, but breaks every one of them. Or his fascination with drug-addicted prostitutes.
We need some backing, you know. We don't go for criticism too well.
Well, on the hotel in the Maytag building, the city's also retained independent counsel of
We've spent many thousands.
I think we all can
Attorney
agree though
Clyde
that
Thorpe and-
Kaskaskia needs to be addressed, and that's one thing we're still meeting. We have an open invitation to get a agreement in place like we did with Maytag, and they still not come to us on that.
Your
So
Honor, if we're gonna continue to discuss this, I would like to put it on the agenda in 2 weeks for us to discuss just those issues.
you can put anything you want, Alderman, on the agenda. That's just beautiful.
I'm asking for support of the council.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah, you don't have to have a vote.
You don't have to have a vote to put anything on the agenda.
You can request it by yourself to be on the agenda.
But I just think we're out of order talking about it after we're already past everything.
We're not acting on it, so no, this is fine.
We're under new business, right?
No, we are not.
Oh, no, I guess not.
I think we're under executive session.
No, we're under new, well,
We're to
we
his
have
point,
not
we're-
adjourned though. The
Yeah.
meeting was still an open public meeting. Yeah. Where you certainly could not take action on anything of that nature, but I don't. Think
Approval
it's something
bills.
that's interesting to the public.
Alderman, just because I know it's one of your constituents that you reach out to, and we were just trying to answer her question. Right, Alderman Bassler?
Brent
What
was
was
told
that,
bill
Your Honor?
submitted.
What was that? Were you talking to me?
Oh,
What specifically are you saying? Don't say nothing, Jordan, unless you're gonna jump in. What were you saying?
I said this is a constituent that you deal with that brought up a concern, and we're trying to answer them in open conduct, in open session.
She's not my ward, but
They're all constituents of ours.
I understand, but I thought you were referring that she's my constituent or somebody I reached out to. I thought that was your verbiage.
You do get them packets and stuff.
Yeah, which
Okay.
whoever asked for it.
That's fine. I'm just saying that's true. That's a fact. What are you upset about?
No, it just looked like you were throwing a dart. I don't know why you're throwing a
No,
dart.
we're trying to answer some questions that people brought up in open session. You're trying to handcuff us.
No, I want to put it on the agenda so
Well, we
we
can
can
do
talk
that
about it.
too, but this isn't inappropriate how we're doing it now. Frank, can you please make sure it's on the agenda?
We can have it on the agenda in 2 weeks' time.
Thank you.
Total submitted $966,680.01.
I move that we pay the bills. Each and every alderman has a copy.
Second.
Motion, Mount Various and Mount Reynolds.
Okay, people, so you just seen a little portion of the meeting. You seen how he treated Alderman Bob Thompson just for asking to put the Maytag on the agenda. See, the mayor doesn't want this brought up because what it's going to do is it's going to tarnish his little reputation of his fight for candidacy for mayor, his reelection. People, this man is a compulsive liar, and he will lash out at anybody and anyone to get what he wants. This is what's wrong with our city. And if you can't see it, you must be blind. You wonder what happened to the water? Well, when the guy that's running the joint retires, you normally find a person to replace him before he leaves. When the police chief goes to retire, you normally should be looking for somebody to replace him in the meantime. When your policemen aren't staying employed by the city of LaSalle, you find out why. But when you're the problem, you're never going to resolve it. You're never going to get a solution. So, people, you need to wake up and wake up fast. You want to see change in LaSalle? You need to vote Hicks in 2025 because I'm coming and I'm coming to make change, and it's going to be huge.